$2 in the bank, quarter down, quarter day, $2 in the bank, $2 now, quarter down, quarter day, $2 in the bank, $2 now, quarter. Put $2 in the bank, quarter down, quarter day, $2 in the bank, quarter day, $2 in the bank, $2 now, quarter on. Put $2 in the bank, quarter down, quarter down. More to load the little light cattle for $22.
Yes.
Good morning. I'm calling on the Christian people in the area. Are you folks of Catholic or Protestant faith?
No, I'm a Protestant, but
Are you
I don't
Protestant?
have time.
Oh,
I'm
could
starting
you
the
spare
bus.
just a couple moments? And
I
I promise
really
you I'll
can't.
only
I'm
take a
awfully
couple
sorry.
minutes of your
I can't,
time.
honestly. I've got the laundromat going, and I have to put the rug in.
Well, could you shut it off for just a moment? And I will promise you.
All right.
I'll only
Just
take a moment of your time.
Just a second.
Thank you.
Can you wait?
Oh, sure.
When you are selling, one of the most important things is determination, real intestinal fortitude. I could tell the story of the insurance salesman who knocked at the door. He went to the first door and he knocked, and a man answered in a dirty undershirt. He threw open the door. He says, "Yeah, what do you want?" "Oh, I want to sell some insurance." "We don't want any." Bing. He slammed the door. So the salesman went around to the back door. There he knocked at the door. The same gentleman came. "What, you here again?" He says, "Oh, I'm certainly glad to see you, sir. Who's that mean old guy who lives in the front of your house?" Well, it ends with, of course, the fellow sold the insurance policy because he had the determination, the intestinal fortitude, the will to really go on, even though the odds seemed against him. And if you have to call on 100 people to make one sale, then you know if you call on 1,000, you're going to make 10 sales.
However, I would like to show you the rest of the Bible. We have here something that you don't see very often. The name of God in 48 languages. That's interesting as well as educational. Don't you agree?
Yes, it is. Interesting.
Yeah, it's educational.
What do you think of first? Cherry berry Edelweiss.
Real cool.
Edelweiss. Wonderful, delicious tasting Edelweiss beer. A great morning breakfast refresher-upper. Baby. What do you buy? Nice suit, jacket, pants, coat, silver coat, clothing, big coat, clothing on the bargain, nothing around. When you buy off the buy, all we do is get around. Everything I got is fine. More than cool on the top. It's your red boy. All you got to do is gather around and tell you what you want. Oh, you little kitty play. Come down your mouth and everyone. The rest of the man is coming here. Gather around your Japanese.
Well, I was under the impression, for every European is, I guess, that the dollar bills are growing on the trees.
Hello. 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 Hey. Hello. Say hello. Hello. Hey. Hello. 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 Hello.
I like they kept on working right along, but I couldn't do it because my time was up. I had to get out. So now it's on my third year here that I've been resting up. That's how I get acquainted with these squirrels here of ours, is our pastime. Teresa takes 2 peanuts instead of 1. And if you only give her 1, she looks up at you with the sad eyes. Myrtle, she's a wonderful girl. She likes to sit down alongside of you and eat a peanut, go in your pocket and get it, sit in your lap. Same with Teresa, same with Tiny. And Lulabelle, she was killed this week. Somebody killed her, so I can't count on her no more. But Annabelle, that's my 5th one. She's coming down very good.
I would think that there was one confident prediction that you could make, and that is we were going to have a world without work. This could be the achievement of the ideal of the human race for thousands and thousands of years. But what is it likely to be? It would be hard to say. That it appears to me that we are beginning to exhibit those signs of adult and juvenile delinquency which have been exhibited by the leisure class throughout history. And this is what makes me so depressed about American education. This is the opportunity that American education should be preparing us for.
Let's try it again from the beginning, and I think we could make more contrast. The piano against the accordion. Okay. From the beginning.
Here are some of the cultural activities going on around Chicago today as listed in the WFMT Fine Arts Guide. Sviatoslav Richter, the distinguished Russian pianist, will be making his American debut in Chicago tonight with our Chicago Symphony, Eric Langsdorff conducting. Mr. Richter will play the Brahms Second Concerto. The Royal Ballet is in town, and tonight's performance will be of The Sleeping Beauty by Tchaikovsky. In folk music at the Gate of Horn in Chicago, Shai Taylor
Very much like to come up here sometime and do some drawings of the beach using this big arrangement of chimneys. You know, would it be all right with you if I did that?
Be very well.
There was a fellow just walking on the edge of the beach, and he dressed all in black, and black chimneys.
This is a painting of my first studio. that I got in life thinking about 1938. And it's called The Past and the Present. The studio being the past, and the painting here being the house where I now live. And, a funny thing about Well, one of the things that I would like to do, some of the things would be larger things like the Walt Whitman, in which I developed a technique of welding, or more serious things like the Warsaw ghetto carving, but these are not readily marketable, so that I have to depend for my living on whimsical things such as the plant forms, the little owl here.
I look out of my window, and a big roof about, larger than this room, and half a dozen kids playing, and 2 or 3 little Puerto Rican girls hanging the laundry. I was looking out there the other evening, just about dusk, and I hear a cry, "Help, police!" And there are 2 fellas running down the street, one with a purse in his hand, and they split and run up the alley different directions. The woman upstairs is hanging her laundry. Downstairs, the Hungarian is playing his violin. Nothing is happening. They don't care. I mean, go about your business. Don't bother me. But anything you want to have to do with me, let's keep it on the level, you know?